Minamahal kong mga kapatid at kaibigan, paumanhin kung masusuway ko kayo ni Ama. Ngunit buo na ang aking loob at pasya na umuwi ng Pilipinas dahil sa mga sumusunod na dahilan. Una, nais kong ako ang mag-opera ng mata ng ating ina. Pangalawa, nais kong paglingkuran ng mga Pilipino kong kababayan na matagal nang alipin ng mga Kastila. Pangatlo, nais kong makita mismo ng aking mga mata kung ano ang mismo ang naging epekto ng nobela kong Noli sa mga Kastila at Pilipino. At panghuli, nais kong malaman kung bakit nananatiling tahimik ang bibig ni Leonora Rivera. Nagmamahal, Pepe.
After 5 years in Europe, Rizal returned to the Philippines in August 1887 and practiced medicine in Calamba. And when Rizal families and friends know his plan, Pasiano his brother, Silvestre Ubaldo his brother-in-law, Changoy, and Rizal's other friend warned Rizal that he should not return, because many friars and Spaniards were angered because of the publication of Nolomitang Rec. However, Rizal is determined to return to the Philippines for the following reason. First, to operate on his mother's eyes. Second, to serve his people who had long been oppressed by Spanish tyrants. Third, to find out for himself how the Noli and his other writings were affected Filipino and Spaniard in the Philippines. Lastly, to inquire why Leonor Rivera remained silent.
Professor ng Blooming Tree, ang iyong payo na manirahan na lamang ako sa Madrid at ipagpatuloy ang pagsusulat doon ay totoong mapagkawang gawa, ngunit patawad, dahil hindi ko ito matatanggap. Hindi ko matiis ang buhay sa Madrid na kung saan ang lahat ay parang isang boses na ilang. Nais akong makita ng aking mga magulang at ganoon din ako. Buong buhay ko, nais ko lamang manirahan sa aking bansa katabi ng aking pamilya. Hanggang ngayon, hindi pa din ako tulad ng ibang Pilipino sa Madrid na utak Europeo. Lubos na gumagalang, Jose Rizal.
After that, on June 19, 1887, Rizal wrote a letter to Blumentritt saying that despite their kindness and warning, he still wants to return home to where he was born because he wants to be with his family. That's why on June 29, 1887, Rizal wrote a letter to his father that on the 50th and 30th of August, he will go home so that they will see each other again.
The delightful trip to Manila. Rizal left Rome by the train for Marseilles, a French port which he researched without mishap. On July 3, 1887, he boarded the steamer Gemna. It was the same steamer who brought him to Europe 5 years ago. It was about 50 passengers, including 4 Frenchmen, 3 Chinese, 2 Japanese, many Frenchmen, and 1 Filipino, which is Rizal. Rizal was the only one among the passengers who could speak many languages, so that he acted as interpreter for his companions. The steamer was en route to the Orient via the Suez Canal. Rizal thus saw this historic canal for the second time. The first time was when he sailed to Europe from Manila in 1882. On board, he played chess with fellow passengers and engaged in lively conversations in many languages. Some passengers sang, others played on piano and accordion. After leaving Aden, the weather became rough and some of Rizal's books got wet. At Saigon, on July 30, he transferred to another steamer, Haiphong, which is Manila bound. On August 2, the steamer left Saigon to Manila. Arrival in Manila. Rizal's voyage from Saigon to Manila was pleasant. On August 3, the moon was full and he slept soundly the whole night. The calm sea illumined by the silvery moonlight was a magnificent sight to him. Near midnight of August 5, the Iphong arrived in Manila. Rizal went ashore with a happy heart, for he once more trod his beloved native soil. He stayed in the city for a short time to visit his friends. He found Manila the same as he left in 5 years ago. There were the same old churches and buildings, the same holes on the roads, the same boats in Pasig rivers, and the same hairy walls surrounding in the city.
Professor ng Blooming Treat, ako ay nagkaroon ng kaaya-ayang paglalakbay. Nakita ko ang aking pamilya. Malusog at masaya ang lahat dahil muli kaming nagkita. Halos naluha ang lahat sa galak. Kaya kailangan kong sumagot ng 10,000 tanong ng sabay-sabay. Gumagalang, Rizal.
The happy homecoming of Rizal on August 8, 1887, Rizal returned home to Calamba and was welcomed by his beloved family. He wrote a letter to Blooming Treat saying that he had a pleasant voyage and was happy to see his family again. During his stay in Calamba, Rizal opened a medical clinic. Rizal's first patient was her mother, who suffered from catarata. Rizal treated the eyes of his mother but failed to do a surgery, because according to Rizal, her mother's cataracts were still not right. As he opened a medical clinic, Rizal was called Dr. Uliman. Uliman means German. Because he came from Germany, people thought that Rizal was German. Rizal became a well-known doctor. Some of his patients even came from Manila and other provinces. Even though that he is a great doctor, Rizal's professional fees were still reasonable. He even provided free treatment to the poor. By February 8, Rizal earned 5,000 pesos from the medical fees he received. During his stay in Calamba, Rizal even opened a gymnasium where he introduced some European sports such as gymnastics, fencing, and shooting. This is to discourage young folks from entering into gambling. One failure Rizal encountered during his stay in Calamba was to not meet Tenor Rivera. One of the main reasons is because Rizal's parents ordered Rizal to not go to Dagupan to meet Tenor, because they know that Tenor mothers doesn't like Rizal to be his son-in-law.
In the continuation of the discussion of Rizal's first homecoming, one day Rizal received a letter from Governor General Emilio Terrero requesting him to come to Malacañang Palace to discuss about his novel. First, in the Spanish time, they had governor. The governor was the head state of the country, of our country. He is the representative of the Spanish chosen by the Spanish. His role was to govern or lead our country. So before, Governor General Emilio Terrero was the chosen governor. Rizal got invitation from the governor to come to Malacañang to talk about his novel, because somebody had whispered to the governor that Noli contained subversive ideas, or ideas that against to the church and to the Spanish government. But Rizal denied it and told that he did not advocate subversive ideas, as he was just telling the truth. The governor got curious, asked for a copy of Noli so that he could read it, but Rizal had no copy. So Rizal had no copy. By that, Rizal visited the Jesuit father, Father Francisco de Paula Sanchez, his former professor, Father Jose Bech, and Father Paura. They were very glad to see Rizal again. So they had discussion or conversation. Father Paura mentioned that what is written in his novel was true, but he might lose his head because of that. Even the governor was not yet done reading Rizal's novel. He knew that Rizal's life was in jeopardy because the priors were powerful. That's why, for Rizal's safety and security, he assigned Don Tabiel de Andrade as bodyguard of Rizal. Don Jose Tabiel de Andrade, he was a young Spanish lieutenant who came from a noble family. He was cultured in new painting. Just like Rizal, he could speak few different language and they became good friends. After Governor Terrero reading Rizal's novel, he found nothing wrong with it, but Rizal's enemies were powerful. The committee, which was composed of Dominican professors, made a report and they submitted its report to the Father Rector, and the said Father transmitted it to the Archbishop Payo. This report of the faculty members of the university claimed that Noli was heretical, impious, that means showing no respect and scandalous in the religious order, and anti-patriotic, subversive of public order, injurious to the government of Spain, so mapanirada or offensive. The governor, dissatisfied with the report of the Dominicans, so that he sent the novel to the Permanent Commission of Censorship, which was composed of priests and laymen. But it found the novel to contain subversive ideas against church and Spain. So by that, or as a result, Noli got banned in the Philippines. The reproduction, importation, and distribution of the novel was prohibited in our country. But according sa the research ko, the banning of the Noli only made it popular. Everybody wanted to read it, so despite the government prohibition, many Filipinos were able to get hold of the copies of the Noli.
When Noli Me Tangere got banned, no arrests were made thanks to the liberal-minded of the former Governor General Terrero. Next is the controversy of the Calamba agrarian problem. Under the Governor General Valeriano Wheeler, the controversies and issues about the Noli escalated. Evicted Calamba tenants in Rizal's family due to the case filed by Dominicans. Calamba tenants petitioned to the government to intervene by authorizing and supervising the drawing up of a new contract between the people of Calamba and the Dominicans landowners. The Dominicans pressured the Malacanang to eliminate Rizal, therefore the former Governor General Terrero advised Rizal to leave the Philippines for his own good. In controversies of Noli Me Tangere, the enemies of Rizal kept doing everything to persecute him. Dr. Rizal's enemies from the church and the attacker of the Noli, Messenger Pedro Payo, scrutinized the Noli and found the novel with subversive ideas against church and Spanish government. U.S. Director Father Domingo Echeverria found the novel as heretical, impious, and scandalous. Father Salvador Font, head of Permanent Commission on Censorship. Father Jose Rodriguez, who published anti-Noli pamphlet entitled Kaingat Kayo, the pamphlet stated that whoever reads the poem commits a mortal sin. Another attacker of Noli was Vicente Barrantes, a Spanish writer who openly criticized the novel and published anti-Noli articles in the Spanish newspaper La Esperanza Moderna. Allies of Dr. Jose Rizal, the defender of Noli, Marcelo H. Del Pilar, using the pen name Dolores Manapat, published a pamphlet entitled Kaingat Kayo that refuted and ridiculed Father Rodriguez Kaingat Kayo. Father Francisco Sanchez, Dr. Rizal, beloved Ateneo teacher. Father Vicente Garcia defended Noli Me Tangere when Dr. Rizal was in his second travel abroad.
At ako ay muli na muna maglalakbay. Paalam.